Hello, and welcome to Empowering Educators with Canva. Thank you for listening to this, and I really hope that this can be a help to you. I know people watching this have all different experiences with Canva. Some of you are hoping to learn something new. You've been in Canva for a long time. Some of you are scared of it, haven't used it, and just need help from the very basics. So I hope to show you a whole bunch of different things and that each person can take away at least one thing. I have my email here. I love to know what you're struggling with, and in time, I will do small little how to short videos, just one little thing. How do I, for example, copy a picture or crop a picture? And I can do a 60-second clip and put it on my Instagram page. I'm on Instagram as well if you just search Mare Bear Learning Co. And you can maybe see some of those videos, and that can be a way that we can communicate, and I can help you figure out Canva in the future. So this one today will be a whole bunch of different things. And also, I know that some are able to use this for continuing ed credits. So we are going to go through this and looking forward to your feedback. All right. First off, though, most importantly, and I'm actually not in presentation mode because I'm going to actually use these slides to just edit right on them. So I'm sharing my screen as in I'm actually editing a PowerPoint. But yeah, if I was actually presenting this, I could click present and then we would go full screen. You can hit escape to go out of it and back in to edit. So I am just showing it to you in an editing way, but this is a slideshow, and we'll go backwards and I'll show you how to make things like this. But we first need to reflect on God's creativity and order in our work. And that's why I think Canva is so awesome. Rather than just throwing something up, or even Google Slides can be less professional. I love Canva and the professionalism that it allows. God is a God of order. You can look these verses up. Um, he's a creator. He loves designing and beauty and has a purpose and a variety for everything. And I love that Canva allows us to be creative in that. And most importantly, to remember that you and your children that you are teaching are made in his image. We're designed to be creative problem solvers. So I encourage you to be a problem solver and don't be as scared of Canva, and just go into it and do your very best, fool around, make a copy of something. If you're scared to mess up the original, make a copy of the page and just kind of play around. And that's how I've learned a lot. So, excellence honors God. So, whatever you do, work heartily for the Lord. Yes, there's even a video on YouTube that has this actual verse and it sticks in your head, but I'm not going to sing it. But yeah, our work, our professionalism should point back to the one we serve. And we as teachers, like, we should look good. We should put our best foot forward for our students and for our parents and stuff. So I just encourage you to really work hard to make the things that you present and put in front of your classroom to look well done, and not just slap things on that just to get through a lesson, and just do it really well. So here's what we are going to work on: basics of Canva, real projects, how to present with your phone, and to print and organize projects. Because some people, I will say, I know, and I'll just say some of the younger teachers that I've worked with, they're really good with Canva. They've maybe even did it in college. I didn't have it in college. I'm too old for that. But the younger teachers are great with designing. But I even noticed just going in and out of our school office that they weren't thinking through even how to actually get it to print. So they were sending bookmarks or name tags to our secretary and saying, please print. And she's stuck with 20 name tags or 20 bookmarks. And it's like, well, how do I actually print this? So then our secretary had extra work to do. So that's one of the main things I want to show you in this that I think a lot of people forget. How are you actually printing what you created? Even this slideshow. If for some reason you wanted to print your slideshow, well, this isn't print ready. We don't have, at least in the offices that I know, we don't have a paper that is the size of this slide. So how are you going to actually print this? And the answer is you don't print this. You can print notes page. You can actually just go up and click copy and make a copy and then resize it to 8.5 by 11. 8.5 by 11 is your normal size paper that everybody can print off very easily, especially even if you have a teacher's lounge with a printer in it or whatever, you can easily print or print at home. I know school offices might have other paper sizes that you can print different sizes. But there's also different ways that you can click in and see how to do that. So I'm gonna that whole thing will be on another shortened version video later. But first of all, logging into Canva, make sure you have Canva. I'm assuming most people watching this already have logged into Canva. Log in with your school email. It should recognize if your school has Canva for Education or has registered with them, you should be good there. So then, just so you know, there is an app and on your phone. It's not great for sitting and actually editing. I mean, it is actually impressive how much it does. I wouldn't advise it on a regular basis. It's a lot easier on a computer. So it is web based. But there is, for example, I'm actually on the web, like on canva.com through Google Chrome right now, but you can actually download on Windows if you have or Apple Mac. There's an actual. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's not going to let me share my screen, but there's actually a Canva app that you can download onto your computer and work within the app. And a lot of times that's a little cleaner. For things. So I actually have a different account on my Canva app that I kind of use. So I wanted to show you the web-based today. But yeah, the app on your phone or the app on your computer, there's the link for Windows because I know a lot of people watching this have Windows specifically, or go into the App Store and click Canva if you're an Apple user. All right, so let's first select a project to work on. Just keep in mind that anything you're sending to print needs to more than likely be on an 8.5 by 11 size, or your bigger paper will be 11 by 17. Okay. So you want to remember that your ultimate production needs to be on one of those if you have the 11 by 17. So if you're creating something smaller like name tags or bookmarks, or little handouts that you want like 4 on a page, okay? There's different ways to do that. You can use a template and then you can copy it over to your document to print. So I think a lot of us, we do kind of go to the template section. Um, so we'll go here. Whoops, I'm sorry. Templates, okay. And maybe do name tags. Okay. Oops, I'm sorry. I need to go to home. My bad. Okay. So maybe we need to click here to home. This is where I want. All right, name tags. Okay. You have to make sure you click up here on templates. Okay. Now you're going to see some that are set up just because this looks like an 8.5 by 11 over here might not mean it is. Okay, so always keep that in mind. As you can see, some people have created ones that come up that are already like 4 on a page or whatever. It's nice. Again, you got to check what that actual measurement of the page is. But for sake of a lot of things that you guys will see, let's just click this one, okay, and customize this one. All right, so maybe you love this, but you need, and for sake of time, I'm not going to add stuff, but this is where you could, make it if you've got, an ocean theme or whatever. So you like this. Okay, I love this. This is what I want. Don't click add a page and put all your kids' names here because this is not the size paper. Okay, what you want to do, and I'm clicking, notice where my mouse is. I'm clicking outside. I'm doing a click and hold and selecting everything. And then you can come here and click copy. Okay, now you want to go back to home. Okay, and there's that name tag. So you're going to get a whole bunch of extra things that you click through. Okay. But now you're going to want I click custom size. Okay. And I just click right here. It's used to me an 8.5 by 11. So, oops, not a document though. Ooh, I do want to mention that. Don't do document. A document is literally like a Word document for typing. Okay. You want to do, uh, this right here, docs is what document is. You want to make sure you have all of the design aspects. Okay, and we need to make sure it's inches, not pixels. That's a lot smaller. Okay, flyer is what a keyword would be for designing. Document's gonna be, it expects you to type a lot of things in instead of designing. Okay, now we've got that name tag in, paste. Okay, and notice it pasted it small because that was small. It did look big. Whoops, where am I? Okay, it looked bigger. Oh, I got out of that. That's right. Okay, but that's probably the size. Now you might, depending on the types of name tags your office has, you will want to ask them and you might have to print on a piece of paper, have them hold it through and stuff and see to make sure because everybody has different designs. So notice if I do this, I can make it bigger, but I want to get all of it together. So yeah, so you can make it bigger. Okay. Now here's some just logistical things. Excuse me. We're going to group this. Okay. And I'm just going to copy, duplicate. If I duplicate this, okay, and I line it up, if I hit duplicate again, see how it goes right away underneath. Somehow I messed that up. I'm sorry. I clicked away from it. Let me go back. Okay. If I do this, hit duplicate, it's not cooperating with me right now, but it should, yeah, there you go. It should go right underneath. Then I'm going to do this and duplicate. Okay, again, this might not be matching up the size of the document. You might have to eye it up a little bit and even ask for a copy and hold it up, okay, depending on the borders, okay? But now you're going to want to ungroup this. Okay. You know what? Sorry. Let's see why it won't let me. It won't let me click on her name. See that? Probably because this border is on top of it. So you can click these three or you can right click and hit layer and say send to back. Now we can click on the name. Okay. And we can put Fred's name in there. Okay. So you might have to, yeah. The other thing I want to show you is when you click on this an item, you can click position and layers. Okay. And notice it has the ones that are grouped, okay, all together. And you can I hit shift and then right clicked and hit ungroup. So now all of those are ungrouped together. Whoops, position. So instead of clicking on all of them separately, so I'm just gonna click, hold shift key down, click these, right click, and hit ungroup. Now they're all ungrouped, okay? Sorry, I keep clicking off. I'm going to make sure that these are send to back, okay? So this is the order. So notice it's submarine name border. So it's showing what's in front, okay? So if you just make sure that it's the last one of the set of three, then they're in the back, okay? So then when you come over here, I didn't get down there that far, sorry. Then they should be, let's see. See, now you can click on the name. Yep. Now you can click on the name. Okay. Sally. And you can change all your names. Okay. This is ready for print then. And you would hit share, download, and I would suggest PDF. Okay. That's the easiest and it doesn't get changed. So you would select PDF and you would click download. And then you would send it or however you're going to print it. So that is that one. And how to use, you could do the same concept with bookmarks. Okay. The other thing you can do is just start from scratch, but then if you, like I did accidentally earlier, if I put in bookmarks right now, you aren't going to get that because it's giving you a template for this size paper. So you're not going to see any. That's why when you go to home and you click in front of templates and do bookmarks, you will get those kinds of things. Okay. Again, you're going to have to copy and paste it into a regular size document. If you want to change the orientation of this page, you would do this is an 8.5 by 11. You would change it 11 to 8.5. Okay, let's move on. Hopefully that makes sense with printing. Adding text and images. Okay, hopefully you can see by now over here elements. You can search whatever. Maybe you're doing something with the fair. Okay, you can see all and see all different kinds of fun things. Okay, you also can add text, and here's different a heading that's bigger, a subheading that is, that is smaller. Whoops, and yeah, this always allows you to move it and the little body text. Okay, so you can see the different sizes, but a lot of people miss out on the fun stuff down here. Sometimes there's just a cool thing that you like. So, like spring mood. Okay, this is fun, right? But remember, you don't have to use all of those. Okay, this is usually, if there's two lines, they're usually grouped. So you just ungroup it, click away from it. Now it's its own thing. Okay. So maybe you want school. Maybe you want it to be a different color. Click on here, change the color. Whoops, I'm clicked in, so it's not going to do that. So there we go. If you just click on it and my cursor was here, that's why it wasn't changing. So you can change the color. Okay. You can hit effects up here and you can see that there's different things. Right now it's on glow. If we change it to drop, echo, there's all kinds of things that you can do with it. There's a way to curve it and you can change how much you want to curve it. Okay, so text is super fun to play with. You can't probably see the shadow that I just put on. Let's just, ooh, this is going to be so ugly. Okay, there we go. That's better. But as you can see, that was all of that. And you can make it transparent. Okay. if you want that. All kinds of things that you, with the background and things that you can fool around with. But sometimes I just love um, all these fun things and ideas with the text that you can use. So you can definitely change it up however you want. Maybe you want to match, like maybe this is something that you have and you want to match this. Um, so let me go here, and right here is a matching tool, or sometimes in different ones it's right here. Okay. But so you click this, and literally anything on even my sharing screen, off my screen, okay, it will copy whatever. So maybe you want to take the picture that you used and use that same color. There we go. There's the orange in this Ferris wheel right there. And maybe the background, where's that color? Maybe we want to use the blue background. Okay. And we made it transparent so it looks a little different, but maybe it's something like that. Okay. Maybe you don't like how school is so close together. Right here, line spacing, you can space it out. Okay. Oops, sorry. Line spacing, never mind, I'll show you that. Letter spacing is what I wanted to show you right here. See how this is? Okay. Let me back that up. If we had two lines, school open. Okay. That's what that is. Oops. And we want to hit enter. Okay. Um, I don't know why that's not going over, honestly. Okay. But it should be what two lines. Maybe where did it go? We always undo up here. Okay. So for some reason, um, there we go. It doesn't, it stays on there. It must be that one that's built. Okay. Because if we did springtime, there we go. Okay. That one does it. So it must just be the way this one's built with the banner. So this text up here, line spacing, it separates it, how crowded you have the two lines of words. So you can always fix that. And again, letter spacing, bring it together, bring it out. This can be really nice if you're creating a handwriting page or something like that. So you can have fun with that. Okay, that's adding texts and images. Let's go to the next thing. Grouping, I kind of did show you that. I've noticed some of you have, my fellow colleagues have created seating charts, um, maybe with just basic tables and circles. Okay. Down here under the tools, here's your basic shapes. Tools, basic shapes. Let's just do a simple square, and let's do circles, okay, um, for the chairs. How about that? Okay. And so you, maybe it's something like this. I'm just gonna put it around. Okay. And then if you notice when you hit duplicate, it goes together. Now, again, if you select these and duplicate, oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Use this. It's better, easier. Okay. And then maybe this and duplicate. Can bring this over. Okay. I don't know. This is probably something that you guys wouldn't have that many students in one spot, but just showing you a whole bunch. If you select all of these and hit group, you can make them smaller, move them over. Maybe this is one table, this is two tables. Obviously, you don't have this many students. I shouldn't have done that many. But as you're duplicating, and you can move them around because they're nicely grouped, okay? And go from there and create whatever type of seating chart you want. So that's really nice for that. Okay, next thing, I showed you the color match tool, which is amazing. one of my favorite things to pick the exact color that I want. The nice thing is over here, once you have a photo, it like this photo right here. Whoops, let me go back. Um, it it picks out some of the main colors in the photo already. So if you want to change your title to match the picture, it's kind of already there. Okay. You can also, like, I have a brand kit. You can create a brand kit in there. I'm not going to take specific time for that, but it can always keep your same um, colors that you use. Okay, so under brand is where you can add a logo, maybe your school logo. You can add kind of the different, I created this color palette for something that I liked, so I kept it. Um, but you can add your favorite fonts, your, main things that you always use. So it's under your brand and you don't always have to find it. So that's the short end of that. Okay. Moving on, pictures. You can click and hold and drag and put pictures in. I suggest using frames because if I right click and hit delete, it'll delete the whole picture. Okay. But let me detach this image just to show you. So the nice thing is if you're creating templates, or maybe you're creating probably not a full yearbook, most people, but maybe you're creating a class page or something and your pictures are going to change each year. But so you want to keep your design, use frames because as soon as you drag a picture in, it goes into that and you just replace it. It's so much easier than having to resize and everything. Your sizing stays. You can double click and move it so it's showing the part that you want inside of that frame. But I love frames. The way you would um, find it would just be under, whoops, frames. Okay. Um, and you have different, some of these are, yeah, you're looking for more of these here. Yeah, you have all these options, but um, right here, yeah, is going to be your easiest one, but you can see different types of frames that you would insert first, make your design, and then you would drag in all of the photos that you want. Um, all right. As far as editing them, there's so much you can do with this. This one, I had already taken the background out, but maybe you just want her and you don't want the hands. You can crop this one fairly easy. Um, Okay. Why is it not? Yeah, sometimes it doesn't want to let you completely crop that, which is good. I wanted to show you anyway how to erase this, but you can crop photos. I don't know why it's not letting me do this one. Sometimes they have different locks and things on too. But you can erase them. That's really what I wanted to show you here is you have the option of pixel eraser, which takes away all the background of everything, or magic eraser, which is fine as well. Sometimes you get a little blur. I'm going to do pixel eraser. It literally takes out any checkered means there's nothing in the background. So you can make the size bigger so that you can get rid of it faster. Okay. And so it's like it doesn't even exist in the picture. And then you just click the X and there you have it. Okay. Here's the cropping. You can shorten it like that. Okay. There we go. For some reason, it just wasn't happening at first. Okay. Oh my. I'm sorry. Want to make sure we get her. Okay, so there, nothing else was in her picture that you need, or that we wanted, and we got rid of everything. So maybe you want kids at school, and maybe you're not using you want all. Okay. These are photo options. Maybe you don't want to use your actual kids, right? So you can use their stock photos, which is super nice. There are options to erasing There is magic erase. So let me show you this again. You can do background the remover and see it takes the background out, which is super nice. Um, you can hit magic eraser, and maybe we want to get rid of this car. Again, it's kind of hard because his head is there. Let's just see what it does. Sometimes this works great, sometimes it doesn't for certain things. Um, and did I click erase? There we go. And so sometimes it gives a blurb, but and sometimes you have to do it a couple times. Whoops, I got sloppy there, but you get the idea. This isn't maybe the greatest example of a picture, but sometimes you can just get rid of something small. That car is kind of hard because it is blurred, so it's probably not gonna do it perfectly, but maybe there's words that you don't want to see. Maybe there's a hair or this tail that you don't want in the picture, and it will take it out pretty well. So sometimes you have to, do it twice or something just to, get the little tail end, no pun intended, for it. So um, it's awesome to use the magic erase for that. Okay, going on. Present mode and remote control. Okay, this is super, super cool. So, if you have a PowerPoint lesson that you're doing, okay, we still call it PowerPoint, but a presentation, sorry, a presentation that you've created like this, okay, when you are going to do your presentation, you would go to present, okay, and these three little dots down here you would click on, and right here, you would click Share Remote Control. Now, you can't see me, but I am using my phone's camera, okay? And I'm going to click on this. It's going to open up my Canva app on my phone. If you're logged in to both you're on your phone and this on the same account, make sure it's the same login, you will be able to see notes that you have made for your presentation, which is awesome. So, right on your phone, you can click and see your notes. Now, on my phone, I'm going to click the arrow previous and it's going to go backwards. See, I'm clicking previous because I didn't want to go show you what's ahead yet. But have notes that I can see as well while I am here ready to click next thing. There's also a little tab for shortcuts, and this is so fun especially if you're teaching kids. You can do a drum roll. Okay. I don't know if you could hear it. I forget if I turned my sound thing on, but it does. Maybe you're not hearing my sound through my computer. I don't think I put that on, but there is a little drum roll sound with it. This is a little like poof sound party. This is one that you can like close it up and I'm going to click next. That goes and it kind of like da 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 da. Here's my next slide. So then you have like a mic drop, like wow, okay, and you've got bubbles. You have a everybody quiet, and then you have a blur. Sorry, the bubbles are still going. Maybe you want to teach, but you really don't want your kids to be focusing on the screen. This just blurs it out, but keeps you in your presentation. So those are all shortcuts that you can do from your phone. You can also, let's unblur. You can also do it from your keyboard. Maybe you want a 6-minute timer. Um, Whoops. Okay. You can click the 6 on your keyboard and voila, you have a 6-minute timer. Okay. And you can choose your volume and all of that, or minimize it, or refresh, play, add a minute, whatever. To make it go off, just hit the 6 again, and it goes off. So you can use the timer. There's lots of keyboard shortcuts, which I will put on my page at some point for your presentation. Okay, let's go back. But I just love that, and it's been so helpful. And down here, by the way, is your notes. So you can type notes here for this page. So then that's what you would see on your phone if you were running your presentation. So give it a try. It's awesome. And if some of you are like, well, how did I make this? It's because it's not PowerPoint. What's it called? It's called presentation. So you would go, let me go back to home, and you would click presentation. Maybe you want to do school presentation. Okay, and there is some, you can go down here, Canva templates, show more, and you can just start with one of these and you can change and take away anything that you want. If you hold your mouse over these, you can let it, it'll flip through and show you all 16 different ones. Obviously, you can delete whatever you don't want. Um, so, all right, I think we're good there. Let's go back. And video making. I'm not going to show this to you. The song will stick in your head, but maybe you look this up. Turn your phone. It is a song that he goes around and shows. When you are making videos, you don't want to hold your phone up. Um, you want to turn it to the side for horizontal filming. That's a lot better, more professional. It's not going to cut things off. So you always want to film with your videos, unless it's just for social media, you want to film sideways. But even sideways for social media will work. So it's better just to get in the habit of turning your phone sideways when you're making videos. So this song is funny. And he shows how it's not helpful to do vertical filming. So make sure you turn it horizontally. So that's free there. Okay. So video, again, you can actually, oops, I'm sorry, I hit the wrong thing. Um, you can actually make a PowerPoint into a video if you are putting like just songs to it or something. But if you're making a video, like an actual movie type thing, you are going to want to go and click video and use a template. And I would suggest doing the landscape video like that. Okay. So down here is where you would just put in a video and it's going to sit it down here. Okay. I'm going to do a whole nother video on this, but feel free to play around. And so here you can see it sits the elements on top. Sometimes that can be excessive and you have a whole bunch. That's why I like to group them so that I'm right clicking so that you can see everything. Down here is actual music, and you would just keep sitting in all of your little clips of videos of your kids or whatever in there, and then you would download it as an MP4 video. Okay, so that's the quick way with that. All right. Posters, programs, newsletters. Okay. Again, think 8.5 by 11. Okay. Um, Posters could be 11 by 17. So then again, you would go to 11. Oh my, 11 excuse me. Sorry. I want custom size first. Okay. And always check inches. All right, 11 by 17 and create design. There, that's another common one for flyers and things. And as you can see, it gives you some different options. Okay, you can change all of these that you want. Okay, also programs, I would suggest doing an 8.5 by 11. Um, but you can, let me go back. Where's our thing? Okay, let me just go to this. An idea for you. Um, for your newsletter, you would click this. The nice thing is you can, well, I'll just show you. You can actually duplicate this right there. Duplicate the page and you have a second page. So if you're doing a whole newsletter, you can put that on there. And we should get some newsletter ideas here. Yep. If you create a blank page, it'll sit it right in there. All these are little pieces that you can get rid of. The nice thing too is you can just drag pictures into here if you want. It's just for sake of time. Maybe we want him to go into this one. Oh, they didn't build it with a frame. Look at that. They didn't. Okay, so this wasn't built with a frame, which isn't nice. If it was, that would have dropped right in there. So, okay. But anyways, that's the nice thing with the frames that it'll do for you. But yeah, so you can just change your newsletter each time, change the date, duplicate it, and change whatever you want with that. For programs, um, I'm going to show you just resize. Um, if you want to resize and turn it the other way, you can click down here, 11 by 8.5. You could say copy and resize if you want to keep this, or you could say resize this one. And let's say open. It's going to look funky. Okay, but now you have that way. So now you can, if you were doing, two halves of pages of newsletters or a program for something. Okay, here it even gives you kind of the sideways half and half idea. So again, this is all 8.5 by 11. So it's going to help it be able for you to print things. Okay. Now I have so many things open. I don't know where I am. Okay, here we go. Almost through. All right, magic animate and text to image. There's all kinds of fun things with the magic media down here. I just scrolled down on the side over here. Um, and if you go to magic media, okay, I'm going to copy this text. I already have it here. And I'm going to put this in. Maybe you have a lesson specifically. I was reading last year about Franklin the turtle, and I wanted him sitting in front of the bookshelves for our library. So I specifically put this in to here and click generate images. Sometimes you have to do it a couple times to get what you want, or you have to manipulate it a little bit. Um, okay, so there's the coloring. Okay. That looks cute. It didn't do what I wanted this time, and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to be more specific, black and white coloring page, because I actually wanted it to be where the kids were coloring. So that's interesting because that's all I did the last time, and it gave me coloring pages. Here we go. And Franklin doesn't look exactly the same. Um, Again, it must have, oh yeah, see, there's the frame. It goes right in. Last time it did. But anyways, so I made that a full page on an 8.5 by 11. Mine looked better. Um, again, you might have to generate a couple times to get it. Sometimes it won't do characters super well. It depends. But you get the idea. There you can have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in front of the library. But if you need something kind of simple or whatever, it's not perfect, but it can help you with something very quick, like a quick fix. Okay. Um, Canva's Magic Studio. That's in this area of what I was showing. There's different things that you can do, and different if you want an image or a graphic or a video. I haven't done 3D yet. But there's all kinds of things, and I've shown you how to erase things from a picture. So that's some of Canva's magic. Um, but yeah, you can do all of that. Now, the apps down here, by the way, yes, back here when I inserted a video, I did want to show you that for in the PowerPoint. You have to, for your first time, you have to search for what do you, sorry, I'm thinking YouTube. To I'm spelled YouTube wrong and it still gave it to me. So once you add YouTube, okay, it will give you something. Whoa. Okay, I don't really want to do it right now. But that's how you insert YouTube videos right in there. So, all right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should show you with that. And okay, yeah, we are pretty much done. If we were in person or live on this, I would ask you, what can I help you with and figure out? So let me know by way of email what are the problems that you have or how to do it. And I would love to answer them as I can. So I think that it's it for today. I really appreciate you sticking this out and hopefully you learned something. And again, just don't be scared to click around, use that back undo button. That's super helpful when you make mistakes. Duplicate things so that you can keep your original, but play around with the new and have tons of fun. Blessings to you.